Hi everyone, it's January 26, 2022. It's a Wednesday and you're watching the Philippine Market Update. Let's begin. Okay, so the Philippine markets are closed down 34 points, 7,253. Let's take a look what happened in the index over a week span. You've got market value of about 6.1 billion. You've got some losers, about 102 decliners and 78 advancers. In retrospect, for the entire US market versus the Philippine market, we can see that the Philippines so far hasn't fallen materially yet. What has the market in the Philippines done? Let's go to the index movers. Let's read the prices. JG Summit, 62 pesos. ICT, 204 pesos. SM Prime, 35.2. AGI, 12.7. Converge, 31.45. Aboitiz Power, 32.75. BPI, 95. Meralco, 325. SM, 950. San Miguel Corporation, 112.5. Luciatan Group, 1006. Wilcon, 28.4. Robinson's Land, 18.8. Bloomberry, 606. MPI, 379. Robinson's Retail, 58.4. Jollibee, 232. Pure Gold, 36.6. Globe, 3220. Megaril, 316. Asen, 955. Metrobank 56, GT Cap 551, Security Bank 105, AC 868, URC 126, PLDT 1840, AEV 62.5, BDO 124.6, Ayala Land 34.1. My my call here is to sell the Philippines. That's just really my call. So I'm just 100% cash here. Even if I think that some of these names have dividends, I'd rather just be in cash in preparation for a potential sell off in the Philippine market brought about by the global markets, not because the Philippines sucks, but really scared that the markets in the Philippines will be affected globally. Let's go through the top traded here. SP Next still trading up 207. You've got Figaro up 18%, 78 cents, trading 92 cents today. So your top traded and top gainers in the Philippine market are IPOs, SPNEC, and FCG, aka speculative. You've got the other ones that are value traded high. You've got BDO 125 going down from as high as 129, 133. We said 130 seems like a sell. How low do we think BDO goes? 110. BPI at 95 to 100, we would still advocate selling. How low can it go? Perhaps 10% lower. Ayala Land here at 34. Unfortunately, I'm not bullish on properties. I wouldn't buy it. But at 34, I suppose some people are buying it. But I really have a bearish bias. That's why I wouldn't I wouldn't really hold. ASEN 955, topped at 1250, going downtrend 11, 10, 950. Can it go to 7 or 6 or 5? Who knows, but it looks like a downtrend for now. Jollibee 232, I am afraid of inflation at 230, 240. I would sell it. Restaurants abroad, I've been shorting. So far, I'm in cash because I'm waiting for FOMC. But I wouldn't be bullish on Jollibee at current levels. 232 is high. Metrobank at 56, I think there is a financial risk in the system. And so, not necessarily Metrobank per se, but the entire Philippine economy, slower growth, aka slower difficulty for consumers to get credit. So, I don't know about how the entire banking system could trade in a potential slower growth of the economy. So I'm really more or less holding cash. Therefore, in this scenario wherein your SM is 950, your SM prime is 35, I'd rather get it out and put it in the cash. ICT 204 seems very steep. I think it can fall, so I'd rather sell it. Now, how much potential loss is my expectation for the market? At least 10 to 15%. So you've got 7.2. Can it fall to about 700 bucks? Yes. Can it fall another 300 bucks? Also yes. I'm looking for 7.2 to go about 6,002 or 6,005. So that's why I'm more or less just staying away and hiding in cash. Technically speaking, I know there are companies here in the Philippines that do provide dividends. We gave a show about how you can earn 50,000 pesos with a million pesos or earn 5% yield with your money in select Philippine companies. Is that gonna change? Well, dividends are dividends. That's why some people will hold their PLDT, their Globe, their Meralco, their Nicolasia, their DMCI, and a lot of these names because they give dividends. That said, I am more of thinking that I'd rather forgo the dividend and hide in cash, but that's just me. I also know a lot of people who wouldn't hide in cash, and I think it's fine. Like some people, they're fine with the 7% dividend, no matter what the stock goes up and down, whatever the stock does. So it's really a case to case. It's a personality basis. But yeah, and then among questions, isn't it that you are seeing Monday are recession proof stocks? The answer is yes, but I'm also worried that if there is rising inflation all throughout the world, I just don't know how big of a pressure food manufacturers will have. So, I mean, I guess I'm so scared that I'd rather just hide in cash, or just have sufficiently huge levels of cash. So that's just me. What I'm doing in the markets is hiding in cash, and whenever there are rallies, since in the Philippines I couldn't short here, I just short USA. So I short abroad. That's how I've been doing over the past month and past few weeks, and doing well with the shorts actually. So been taking profits on the shorts as well. Then plan to short again on the next rally if a rally occurs. If there's no rally, then we'll short breakdowns further. Okay, so there. So yeah, Philippine markets, you've got top traded REITs like RCR, MREIT. Looks like I think people are also taking profit on the REITs. Obvious reason, they've shot up too high. Some people want to hide in cash. That's normal. So let's go analytics if there's any. O sige, let's take a look at the top traded name, which is FCG. Okay, FCG, that's the Figaro, right? Figaro Coffee Group. Figaro Coffee Group rises about 70 cents all the way to 92 cents. Let's just read through the news here. Figaro. Let's go to Google. Figaro Coffee Group. So notice that this move is all about trading. So this is a trading debut. Figaro Coffee Group IPO is out today, and let's just read through these. How much is their valuation today? Let's take a look. So Figaro traded at about 92 cents. Analytics, all shares. I didn't study the Figaro coffee. I'm so bearish in the market that I'd rather not be interested with any IPOs. That's why I'm just hiding in the Philippine cash. That's it. A, B, C, D, E, F, FCG. How many outstanding shares here? Back to stats. Fundamental. Just, I mean, honestly speaking, it doesn't matter what I believe in on the fundamentals. It depends what people think, right? So, and I didn't study this, so I have no view. I'm just checking what the market is paying for now. Just want to see the stats here. So people are paying how much? And wala pang nakasulat. Rise to sales, wala pa no. Shares, let me just see the shares. Outstanding, FCG. Where's that? Figaro is trading with 4.6 billion, 4 billion pesos. 4 billion pesos of market cap, and I don't know how many stores they have and how much income. How much sales does Figaro Coffee have? Let's see. Figaro Coffee is finally listed. It raised 767 million from its IPO. As a nation rises with renewed strength and vigor, we at Figaro continues to believe that we contribute to the economy, and we offered 1.26 billion primary shares and up to 126 million over allotment shares. So they got 800 million pesos. Successful completion. Okay, they own the Angel's Pizza, Vibra Coffee, Tienmas, TFG Express, and Cafe Portofino. 4 billion pesos. Let's read through this. Okay. Despite the name, pizza is FCG's game. So it's Angel's Pizza. So what they're saying is that pre-pandemic, I'm bullish on Jollibee, McDonald's. Actually, guys, pre-pandemic, I was bullish on Jollibee and a lot of restaurants, including Shake Shack in the US, and then Shakey's Pizza. But I have to say, for everyone here who's very bullish, be careful. I'm actually shorting in the US CPG, CMG, Chipotle. I shorted Chipotle. I shorted Domino's Pizza. Look at this, big short Chipotle. Actually, any rally of Chipotle, sure I covered a day ago. I think if it rallies to 1.5, I'll short Chipotle again. I shorted Domino's Pizza. I shorted Papa John's. Um, Hero, massive shorts. Can you see it? 560, 520, 480. This is all a short trade. Careful on Jollibee, guys. Maybe the narrative is wrong here. Let's see. First retail service since Frutas. My sentiment is eviscerated by the unprecedented impact of the pandemic on consumer mobility, demand, and purchasing power. So I will be a little bit contrarian on this bullish commentary simply because number one, you've got high inflation. I still think that if you look at the Philippine inflation, there's really, people in the Philippines are not really aware as huge of a 20% inflation already in poultry and I mean, sometimes more than 20. So just take a look at the raw materials. And I think any mother who actually shops would be a better gauge of how much inflation the Philippines truly is. Um, let's see. Of the money, it goes towards our openings. I think this is a bad thing in a because you will overexpand and there will be no sales. Overexpand, too much operational expenses would be wrong. It would be a wrong move in my view to open stores ASAP because there's not a lot of consumer spending to speak of. A lot of restaurants are actually closing down. I think that the reason being they don't need to open so many. There's so many locations and there's very few consumers left. FCG plans to open 61 new locations. Only six are planned to be Figaro Coffee. Majority will be Angel's Pizza and TFG Express. So basically, yes, I know the Angel's Pizza effect was very good. Yes, they made a lot. I do like their spinach artichoke cheese pizza that was very popular during pandemic. However, I would also caution how much does the sales actually am. If most of the money was actually told to me that it was just gonna go more on preserving the cash and doing more on the deliveries, I'd be more lauding the company rather than saying it's towards store openings. Because I think that it should be closing stores, it should be expanding e-commerce delivery front rather than or doing more commissaries rather than store openings. That's why I don't like this move. I don't like the store opening move. I like the store closure move and the commissary move. That's just me. So the underwriter is Abacus, China Bank, PNB. Okay. All right. So I think like for now, of course, there's speculation, but if you're gonna ask me fundamentally, I don't think it's. I mean, people would trade it. That's it. But I'm not that bullish. Okay. More than any other sector, retail food has had its business model absolutely rearranged. Yep. They're all using a lot of takeouts. Yeah, traditional 80/20 has now become dine out. Yep, that's true due to shifts. Mm, drive through, delivery, takeout, agree. That's why he is very bullish on the delivery free and friendly Angel's Pizza. Did they actually give the sales numbers of Angel's Pizza? Um, says here that if it's planning to do a cloud kitchen, yes, that would be great. Frutas isn't doing well on the delivery as far as I know. So parang hindi yata. Hmm. Anyway, he said, please don't do a recommendation. Agree. Use your own investigation for yourself. So I think like yeah, Figaro is gonna be too much of a economically sensitive IPO to begin with. So it's food retail. We haven't seen the sales. Was there sales here? Figaro Coffee. Let's see. Figaro Coffee sales. I prospectus. Let's just go through it. Prospectus, IPO, coffee deals, coffee lovers. So basically, guys, there's a lot of competition. That's one of the reasons why I am not that bullish when it comes to coffee chains. Of course, Figaro is against Starbucks, all of your people who are just drinking their coffee at home and not outside. So, if you don't have a lot of money, you won't be going outside to basically it's not just about pandemic. It's about whether you have money to begin with. So firm shares, option shares, 75 cents. So they listed at 700. They got about 750 million pesos. Okay, and then they're listed at 4 billion. Okay, so that means they sold about 20% of their company. Okay. All right, this is the Figaro Coffee Group, Annex. So Figaro Coffee, Angel's Pizza, the Figaro Group Express. I guess the Figaro Group Express is their commissary. Tianma is the Xiaolong Pao. I like the Xiaolong Pao, but as I said, it has nothing to do with my view of the food. I love the coffee, the pizza. It's not as if like me being bearish about Jollibee doesn't mean that, hey, Nikki doesn't like Chicken Joy. No, that's not true. I mean, don't add anything into what I say. I'm just saying that inflation is going to hurt restaurants as a whole. It has nothing to do with the company. It's really just an industry-wide bearishness. Okay, let's go through the financial reports, the IPO prospectus. All right. So is it trading at 2 times price to sales? How much is it trading at? I agree with the above. Submit. Prospectus here. Download. Final prospectus. Easy lang naman to read these things kahit 600 pages yan. As long as you know what to find. So we're gonna look to the important details. Ta-da, da-da, 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 la, 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 la. Wait. So I'm gonna search your sales, right? So let's just go through the financial statement. Sales, Control F, sales. Okay, so sales revenues. Okay, in 2020, they said that their sales amounted to 800 million, wherein 600 million was generated from corporates, 240 million was generated from franchise sales. Now, they also said that we retain full control and independent management without having to pay royalties for our trademarks and brand names. True, because they own Figaro, Angel's Pizza, Tianma, agree. Okay, so they basically made their own Starbucks coffee, their own Yellow Cab pizza, or their own Pizza Hut or Shiggy's Pizza, and they also made their own Din Tai Fung, which is their Tianmas. We generated a total revenue of about 600, 500, 850, 359 for the years ended December 31, 2018, 2019, 2020. Okay, so 600, 500. Wow, nag-jump sila nung 2020, nag-850. Okay, and then the 6 months ended June 30, 2020, they hit 400 million. For 2021, they hit 860. So in general, the people today are paying 4 billion. So you're paying about 5 times price to sales. Because you're assuming that they could grow their 800 million sales. So if you're selling 800 million sales, a typical fast food restaurant or casual dine-in, you have to compare them with, sige, let's just compare it with Yum Brands. Okay, so let's say you want to compare Pizza Hut. Okay, Pizza Hut is listed abroad, Yum Brands is, of course, executing well, pero bakit 138 to 122? The answer is inflation. So 35 billion, this is trading at 5 times price to sales. It is paying dividend of 1.64% and sales of 6 billion, no? So that's, okay, one. Yum. Okay, let's take a look at McDonald's. How much is McDonald's trading at? McDonald's is trading at price of sales of 8. So let's just go through restaurants to get the average here. What is the average price to sales? So you just go to fundamental, then you go to price to sales, PS. Saan yung price to sales dito? PS, price to sales, ito. Give me a company trading at under 5. So ito yung mga under 5. Teka. Small company si Mr. Figaro, Tianma, and ano. So, compare mo yan with the smaller companies. Okay, from the big company to the small company. So, Starbucks is trading as well under 5. So, kung si Figaro above 5 times, ito yung mga companies na nasa liga niya. You're gonna compare with it Starbucks, Yum China, Darden Restaurants, QSR, Domino's Pizza. Do you know that the US is in a bubble today? So actually, babagsakan na lahat eh. If you look at the performance here of the charts, look at the charts of these companies. Pababa oh, Starbucks downtrend, Yum Chart downtrend, Darden downtrend, QSR downtrend, Domino's Pizza downtrend. Ito, I don't know this company. Wendy's downtrend. Papa John's downtrend, Texas Roadhouse downtrend, Cracker Barrel Old downtrend, Shake Shack downtrend. I have a news for you. Ingat lang kasi the entire sector is on a downtrend. Now you might say Philippines is different with US. Yes and no. We usually get affected with US because we do a lot of importing. Some of our raw materials in the Philippines come from abroad. Vision is to serve consistent, fresh, delicious coffee, pastries, specialty drinks. We have a total of 20 company owned, 35 franchise stores, international branches, 3 in Saudi and 1 in Qatar. Angel's Pizza, under the name of Zuriel Pizza and Pasta. Yeah, this one, our sales channels of full store. We have 20 company owned and 15 franchise stores. So they've got 35. Kianma's Cuisine, how many do they have? We have 3 company owned and 2 franchise stores, 5 stores. So 5 plus 35, 35, that's 40. And 55, that's 95. Tama ba? So you bought 100 stores for 4 billion. Tama ba, guys? Add natin na 20 plus 35, that's 55. 20 plus 15, 55 plus 35 is 55 plus 35 is 90. Tapos ito 5, 95. And then Figaro Group, we are doing a Congressional Avenue. We plan to open 10 more kiosks that would do the takeaway delivery and park and eat arrangement. Cafe Portofino, select bakery items para sa malalapit sa schools. We've got our commissary. We plan to have baked goods, rice meals, la la la, until May 5, 2024. Okay. So in other words, guys, it sounds to me like this IPO, Sweet Greens. Boom. Bagsak. 56, bumaba ng 22, umangat ng 31, pero actually, short ko to pag nag-up to next day. Ganda pala, umangat. Good. Di ko na, kasi nag-cover ako nito eh. Di ko na nabantayan. When I covered, di ko everyday tinitingnan. Good. Sweet greens pala, went up. Sige. Good to short pala to. Okay. Million pesos per store. And that store could have 10 million of sales or 5 million of sales. You're paying less, either you're paying 5 times price to sales, and you can actually pay 5 times price to sales for a company as big as a Starbucks. If you ask me, about $80, I'd rather own Starbucks. Perspective, nagkataon lang guys, available naman sa buong mundo to own Starbucks. So, I'm waiting talaga for Starbucks to hit $80, okay? So, I would rather get Starbucks here at 80 or 90 come a few days from now. Kung makachamba na bumabayan there, I'll buy this. So, um, apples to apples tayo, coffee to coffee, or if you want to compare pizza to pizza, I still think na I'd rather, even pizza, sige, let's take a look at Shakey's Pizza. How much Hi, I'm here. I'm here. Let me repeat. One of the reasons why I would avoid Figaro, and it has nothing to do with anything but just my take. Inflation is a problem worldwide. Matatamaan all the restaurants, unfortunately. Kaya matatamaan si Starbucks, si McDonald's, lahat sila, including Figaro Coffee. Figaro Coffee today is priced at 5 times price to sales, priced at 50 times PE. We can argue na baka maging 25 times multiple going forward because of the growth of the sales and probably higher income margin. But I am not willing to pay high in this environment. So I'm staying out. I don't care if it goes 1 peso or 2 pesos. You are deciding for your own money. So wala, hide in cash lang ako. Hintay ako ng better opportunities. Let's just go through the readings here. Hello, what can you say about SGP? Hindi ko rin talaga inaaral yung Synergy Grid IPO. Hindi ko yan inaaral kasi hindi ako masyado talaga mahilig sa mga energy grids unless na lang namimigay ng dividend. Hindi ko sure kung SGP is gonna give dividend. So, I'd look at dividend history na lang if they do. Yes, I know they're partners of Meralco. I actually said, siguro tanga lang ako, pero magme-Meralco na lang ako rather than mag-SGP. So, hindi ko inalam at all kung paano ba kumikita si SGP in relation to Meralco. So, I wouldn't give an opinion on something na hindi ko inaral. So, I'd rather say, I have no idea if people are selling it off. Baka takot sila dahil sa buong market, not necessarily kay SGP. Ako, takot sa buong market. I'd rather just be in cash. What about REITs? Can we buy them instead of blue chips or sell also? Ako kasi, the REITs have gone up too high. I'd rather hold cash. As I said, magpapakagago na lang ako. Di ako kikita. Baka mag-cash ako. Wait for an opportunity for the market to fall. If there's one way for me to earn money through shorting, which is not available in the Philippines, so I'd open accounts abroad. Nagsishort ako sa abroad. Madaming competitor si Figaro, coffee shop, SME, libo-libo yan. Yes, that's true. Kaya hirap din ako to assume na kayang-kaya ni Figaro to grow too well. Even if my brand name siya, guys, ang daming kalaban sa kape. So, isip din naman kung willing kayo to pay 5 times price to sales. Yun lang naman yun. What's your take with the forthcoming Citicore Energy REIT IPO? Di ko rin inaral, sorry. Hi, Nikki. Are you still bullish on Aboitiz Power? Thoughts on Phil RT? So, Aboitiz Power, we were bullish at 21. It's now doing 32, 33. I would just put a trail stop at 31. Pag nag-break below 31, sorry, you're out. Pag nag-take profit kayo sa 34 or 33, kung gusto nyo mag-take profit there, okay na rin. It has nothing to do with my view na baka babagsak na ba yung Aboitiz Power. I don't know. I don't know if it will fall. It really is the worldwide market that concerns me rather than the company. Thoughts on Philinvest REITs? Well, I noticed everyone has been in the Philippines lazy, so they're just parking their money in REITs. So I think like most of the REITs, to be honest, kahit di ko inaral yung Citicore Energy or yung Phil REIT na yan, I would assume that there will be 100 billion pesos that will support that money that just wants to leave the stock market and just wants to hide in REITs. So baka may ganun. Are you giving discounts this Chinese New Year for 10x? Yeah, we are teaching people how to short this bear market. We are actually helping people how to make money on put options. You can actually watch our channel. We are giving 6 months free for anyone who's gonna subscribe for until February 1, actually, before the Chinese New Year ends. Okay, so Frutas or Figaro, actually, it has nothing to do with those. To be honest, if you ask me, short ko Chipotle, short ko Domino's Pizza, short ko lahat ng even McDonald's, binibilhan ko ng put option. Kung may short ko si Jollibee, gagawin ko yon. So, guys, medyo bear si Nikki. I'm still a bear and I am in cash and sorry na lang, I'm not bullish. From a valuation perspective, talagang namamahalan ako and there are a lot of things that I want my money to do, which is shorting the USA. Okay, hindi pa ako mag-short ngayon, kaka-cover ko lang ng shorts ko, hintayin ko kung mag-rally ng konti yung US and then mag-short tayo doon. Yun lang, thank you very much. Bye-bye. Wala akong pake masyado, talaga nagka-cash and short lang ako.